Being love is not a struggle outside of just our minds struggling to understand how to do that. For you to even exist, that comes from love in action. That you're a part, an integral part of Source. That you are not separated from it. We are not separate from the sun, from the universe, from the galaxy. That's like a large ocean that we're all a part of. And you as Source extended a specific energy that became the being that you are. So there's no way for you to fail. It's only our minds that wonder if we're love, or if we can do that, or if we're doing it right. It's like the cracking of a whip. By the time our mind figures it out, the whip's already been cracked. So if we think of the mind as that crack sound at the end of the whip, that's not when the whip happened. It was in the initial flick of that wrist, and then coming forward, and then that last little bit is like the mind's awareness of, oh, I get it. It's already in place. It's already happening. You're already expressing the love that you are. And the only thing that has to happen is awareness of that, recognition of that. And like I've said before, recognition isn't accolades, it's awareness. Beginning to recognize that you are an integral part of Source expressing on this planet. So the word love is also a convoluted word in many ways, like God or universe or enlightenment. All these words have perceptions about what they mean. So love is a frequency, a vibration. And it expresses as life. And you are life. And life is learning about life. And life is recognizing aspects of itself through you. And that forward or moment by moment expression as it moves always in oneness and towards recognition, it does not disparage upon itself. And that's why we call it love. Because it is all embracing, all connecting, expressing together in a connected oneness. So nothing is left out, and that is love. Love does not leave any aspect of itself outside of itself. So because it is unifying and open and accepting towards itself, we express it as the term love. So how are you that love? And how do you sense that within yourself? As we begin to touch that space in ourselves, we can get a little disconcerted on, well, how do I do that? How do I know if I'm doing that? How do I know if I'm working from that centered being that is love? At first, for me, it was the intent to love myself without knowing exactly where that space was within me. It's like intending to discover something. It's funny how once you identify something that you want to discover, that you find out little things about it. You hear more conversations about it. You start to notice it in your field of experience. So simply the intent to love yourself is the teacher that you need. You do not need another person to find that love within yourself. You don't need a guru or a teacher or someone to do that for you. And in fact, it can only be done by you. But the beauty of your being coming from that space, which is love, is the guarantee that simply your intent to discover it is enough. Because the very intent comes from love. The very intent to love you comes from the love that you are. You've already found yourself. You've already discovered it. You're already aware that you are that. And you will not fail. And so you can be gentle with yourself as you hear your mind say, maybe I can't, or I'm not sure if I can, or someone else seems to be farther along, or mine doesn't look like that. Those are just a part of the crack of the whip that isn't yet there. That doesn't mean it hasn't happened. It's just the mind is the last to know of the love that you are. So the fact that you want to do it, desire to do it, is already an awareness that it's happening within you. Because this is your natural state, to love you. So that there is no opposition inside of yourself. So everything that the mind brings up to say, what about this? What about that? I don't know. It's just the love that you are, allowing you to see that within you that is in opposition or confused. And as you operate as love, the love that you are, it's not a problem to have that opposition or confusion. Because you're not opposed to it, and you are not confused by it. It's the opportunity to touch that space in yourself that is in opposition to itself. But you're not in opposition to it. You can embrace it and love that part of your mind. Because I'm not talking to your mind. I'm talking to the being that you are, the shared oneness that you are, that which is the vibration of life and love on this planet, that is unifying, that leaves nothing out, that accepts all things. And that is you. So let us breathe together. And that within you that resonates to what I am saying, that space is the love that you are. And it may feel like a flutter or a vibration or something warm. Just notice it. Let your awareness notice what within you recognizes the truth of who you are. Not the truth of what is spoken, but the truth of who you are. Because words are just words. But vibration and frequency are the fabric of the universe. And words are just a vehicle for the expression of that vibration. And where that vibration is in you, where that resonates, take your mind there, your attention there, and sit in that space. And as you do that, you're going to build the recognition of that space in you. And no one can say what that is or where that is or how it looks to you. And it's not important that it match or be the same as anyone else's. It's not like a tulip looks at a daffodil and says, "Oh, you're not doing it right." It's not like a oak tree looks at a weed and says, "Too bad." They all recognize that they are grounded and rooted similarly, that they are expressing similarly, but with differences. So yours isn't to look like anybody else's. But to be the tulip, the daffodil, the weed, the oak that you are. So in that space that resonates to the vibration that is being expressed, that is opening and resonating that space that you are. Take your mind there and allow yourself to begin to recognize that space. Does it have a feel to it? Does it have a color? Does it have a temperature? And that will be specific to you. But wherever you find the most centered part of you, that's where that space is. Where you would say, "This is my center." Wherever that is. And get closer to that space. See, there's no part of your body that isn't in resonance with that space. Your heart beats from that space. Your blood pumps from that space. When you breathe in, you breathe into that space. And that space isn't separate from your toe. So wherever you find that center of you, that's where you should be. Because that centered space in you is not separate from any part of your body. And it's not separate from Source. It's not separate from the sun. It's not separate from the moon. It's what greets every breath you take. So you can relax and know that it is not beyond you. It's not outside of you. That everything in operation is connected to you. So as you breathe into that space, let the awareness of that, let the awareness that you can relax into that space, feel your body. Let it feel your chest, your arms, your torso, your fingers. Let it feel your mind. Let it feel your entire body, your legs, your tummy, your thighs, your calves. Let it fill you with a relaxation that everything you've been seeking is right here, right now. And let it extend just outside of your own body. Let it touch the environment around you. Let it touch the table that is near you. The walls, your home, your animals. So you're not separate from that, and everything is acceptable. Let it fill your eyes so that as you look around you, you see with love and acceptance. It's not hard to accept from this space. It's not hard to be just you in this space, as this space. And let that vibration that is bringing ease and peace to your body bring ease and peace to the space that you're in. Let it touch every corner of the room you're in. Let it extend to your home, to the yard, down the street. The resonance of the beauty of you is everywhere. And that your self-love, the love of your own being, is the love that you have for the continued recognition that everything that you're touching is also you. It's not separate from you. That the trees outside can receive your love. And you love them as yourself. Because what's the difference in the love that you feel in you and the love that you're giving to the tree outside, or the family member across the room, or the dog or the cat. There's no difference, because there's no difference. And as you feel this, and you merge more and more with that vibration, and feel the relaxation that you can breathe in and out while holding that state of awareness of the being that you are. Yes, I can breathe in and breathe out and feel this vibration. And ever how it represents to me, whether it's a color or a feeling or a sensation, I can hold that as I breathe in and out. And it's so open, so loving, and so aware, and so accepting, and so at peace with itself and all that is around it, that we call it love. Because the vastness of this embrace, we give it the word love. And it gives us more and more awareness of what love can actually mean. As life expresses its total acceptance of itself through the being, the vibration, the presence of you. And I just breathe with you. Knowing that you are not separate from me, and I am not separate from you, and that we extend towards one another this love that is just so at peace and so accepting. And we can even let go of the word love and just be in this space together. And this is your space. You have created it. You have brought it forth into being, first to be expressed as you, and then to be expressed from you to the environment that you're a part of.